Blossoming Souls. It's been a week since I last um, recorded a video. Hi, welcome to the Blossom Rise podcast. This is your girl Amber Troisella, and I'm here for a talk today before I talk about the power of chanting and affirmations. But I really want to talk about what's going on in the United States of America and just letting you know that I'm not going to bypass on this podcast. I'm not going to bypass um, on my YouTube channel, on my Substack. None of my platforms I'm going to bypass. And I say spiritual bypassing because everything is not of love and light. We are in dark times. America is definitely in her shadow self, her shadow phase, and it's time for us to react with love and light, um, but not bypassing what's happening. When I say react with love and light, I am stating to show up in your truth amidst all this hate, all this misinformation, all this fear mongering. Especially if you're a light worker, we need you to show up. It's time to show up. Okay. Um, I'm showing up by having this conversation with you. Spirit had told me in a meditation last week, I said, what am I supposed to do? And they just said, advocate. And I'm reaching deeper into my my mediumship ability to really be the voice of spirit during this time, because it's a very difficult time. This administration is full of white supremacy and it's patriarchal. Um, and they're really trying to force Christian nationalism on the country, and it's terrifying. Um, there's a lot of unconstitutional things that are happening, a lot of illegal things that are happening, and they're targeting Hispanics for deportation. They always have to target a specific minority group. And right now, it just so happens to be the Hispanics. And I did a YouTube video that I released on Monday about it. I scheduled it for 12 a.m. I'm going to talk about this because it's wild. I scheduled it for 12 a.m. I woke up around 3, almost 4 o'clock to get ready to do some work. And I noticed this woman went on a tirade. Wait, a rant. She went on a whole rant, 11 comments rant, by which she was telling me that I was giving my viewers false information, misinformation, not using facts, and that I was part of the problem in dividing the country. I'm pretty sure that this woman was not a minority. I'm pretty sure that she did not have any melanin in her skin. And I thought about it, I sat on it and I said, what was it about this video that was so triggering for her? What was it about my message that was so triggering to her? Because if she actually listened to the message, I'm calling out the misjustices that minority people are facing. To be told that the federal government is no longer acknowledging minority-based awareness per month, that's pretty big, especially since we fought so hard, being African American, fought so hard just to be considered equal, just to be recognized here in this country, and to be told that we're not doing that anymore. Dismissing DEI. DEI is more than just having minorities represented in companies. Okay. It's especially with the Super Bowl performance with Kendrick Lamar. It's either you got his message, you understood his message, or you didn't. And the people that are saying that it was the worst performance ever were non-melanated people who didn't get the message. I mean, there's melanated people that didn't get the message either. And that's the division. That's actually the division. His performance was phenomenal. And the messaging, if you didn't see it, I'm surprised, but go back and look at it with a new set of eyes and see the symbolism and the little things that he was saying. in that performance. It was a 10 out of 10. But that right there shows the division between the conscious ones and the unconscious ones. All right. There has to be dualities in life. All right. We have light, we have dark. They have to exist, especially during these times. Those that are awakened, if you're listening to this podcast, stand in your truth. All right. We need one another. We don't need to be separated. We need to hold the light for others. Even though it's very difficult, do not become so immersed in fear that it prevents you from making progress and moving forward. Okay? These are terrifying times, you know? I mean, we knew this was going to happen. Everything that that man said during his campaign is happening, despite the fact that he denied being involved in Project 2025 when those are his policies. Um, so it's terrible for the American people, and we just have to band together. We have to band together. Spirituality, finding your truth, right? Today's topic is really supposed to be about chanting and affirmations and how it helps to raise the frequency, which we're going to talk about more about sound and frequency and healing in next week's episode. But I just thought it would be important for really to just really sit down and just have these discussions about what the fuck is happening in our country. There's a lot of people that don't care because it doesn't affect them, but they're finding out that things are affecting them. These tariffs, him trying to gain dominance throughout the world. It's wild. Like he said he wanted to be a dictator, and this is what we're seeing. So we're in. We're in it. Don't be afraid. Hang on to the light. Hang on to love. Hang on to community. We're here for each other. Those that hear me, you know this. We're the power of one, right? We're all God consciousness in existence. Remember that. Okay, we have to have the dark and the light. We have to have those dualities, those polarities. We have to have them in order for existence to exist. For God, consciousness, and existence, and expression. That's the word I really want to use. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but in existence. I didn't say that, did I? I said something else. We are God consciousness in existence. I know there's another word. I can't quite grasp it right now, but you know what I mean. A love supreme, right? This this season is about John Coltrane's "I Love Supreme" album and just chanting "A love supreme, a love supreme." That's a chant. A love supreme, a love supreme, a love supreme. And that's something that you can do during meditation or just humming it to yourself. Or if you're into yogic meditation, um, uh, and you can feel that, right? Which, of course, I will dive deeper into next week, but a love supreme, a love supreme. That's what we need to remember during these times. Find what you love and hold on tight to it. Help it bring you back to center. Hope it bring you back to grounding. I'm hearing what sounds like a helicopter, which is weird considering where I live. I don't know what that's about. Hopefully, it's not anything serious. I'm not going to let my mind go to the worst case scenario because that's not healthy. But hopefully you won't be able to hear that because I'm using the microphone. The microphone shouldn't pick that up. Um, but yeah, so remember, you are aligned with your soul's purpose. And if you need help with understanding what that is, check me out on Substack. All right. That information will be down in this excuse me. That information will be found down in the description. All right. So I like to know more so like if you're willing to utilize chanting as part of reclaiming your power or just sitting within power by chanting a love supreme or whatever affirmation that you create for yourself that you find will be best fitting, right? Um, oh, I didn't tell you how I responded to that one commenter on my video. Did I didn't, huh? Okay. So let me go back. So I read the message, I sat with it, and I said, "Oh, she's triggered. That's not me." And then I responded to her last message because she said, I think this is a bad video." And I liked the comment, and I said, "Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video and then taking the time to engage because it does help my channel grow." Do you think she responded? No. I could answer that right now. She did not respond. But that's okay. That's okay because what can she respond to that? You took out, I don't know how long it took for you to write those comments to tell me how wrong I am for expressing pain and frustration with the misjustice that minorities are facing right now. You told me how I was wrong. I didn't come with facts. You listened to the video. There's facts in there about Black History Month. Um, and you don't have anything to say back to kindness. That's the problem. So if you're listening to this, lady, I hope that you get the help that you deserve. I would love to see our country in unity, but with people that are in alignment with the president and his beliefs, his narcissism, his xenophobia, his sexism, racism, all the bad isms. If you're in alignment with that, then you're not ever going to understand the other side. And all we can do is just pray for you or hope for the best for you, but not spending too much energy on you. That's why I'm not sharing any screenshots or anything. I'm just going to tell you, if you want to read the messages, you can do so on the video that I released this week on my YouTube channel. Check it out. You can see the response that I had towards her. She did not respond back. She couldn't. There's nothing to say. That's love and light. Despite all your ickiness that you threw on me, I send back love and light towards you and gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for commenting. That video was not rage bait. Okay. So that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for listening wherever you're listening. Please comment, like, and share the show. It really does help the channel and the show grow. And I appreciate you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for supporting Blossom and Rise. Again, you can find me on Substack, YouTube, Amazon, Audible, and Spotify. All right. And until next week, I'll see you again. Bye for now.